That I just said it. Hey everybody, what's up? Sorry everybody, I'm still learning how to do this show by myself. It's the Side Mountain. This is the Modular Beat. I have a special guest today with me, Franck Martin. Let me put him in here. There it is. Boop. Hey, what's up, Franck? Awesome. Thank you for joining so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, right on. Awesome. Cool. Well, it'll be a lot easier to do this show with somebody else as well. We might have some more special guests popping in later on in the show. But welcome everybody. This is the Modular Beat, a brand new show, the number one show about modular synths on a Friday afternoon, for sure. Yeah, so thank you so much. We're gonna sit around and nerd out for about an hour and talk about some new modules, some new tracks that are coming out, some new albums, some new artists that are putting out tracks, and also um, maybe we can get somebody uh, to dial in from NobCon to see what's going on over there. And then we'll also just catch up with Franck and see what he's been up to because I know you've been busy as well. So, and in the meantime, you also don't forget you have the live chat going on here. So, yeah, looks like a lot of people were saying hi to Franck. Let's see, you got a lot of Franck. Hi to Franck's here. Hi Franck's
And
hi
David,
Franck's and oh, there's the winner there. What's next?
what's next?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, seriously.
Would you
Uh,
like?
yeah, does everybody remember that one? That's a great.
As I say, they can't barely hear me. I need to shout.
Yeah, you need to turn it up. Turn it up.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm turning it up.
that sounds good. That sounds good. That
All
sounds
right,
good.
all right.
Nice, nice. That sounds great.
Mm.
That's good. That's good.
Talk
Um,
about scent, baby. Let's talk
yeah,
about
that's
you and me.
so. Before we get started, let's just catch up with Frank real quick. Frank, you've been really busy doing a lot of things this whole pandemic, but now you're starting to do live stuff. So catch us up on what you've been up to lately.
Yeah. So, well, last night was our show at the Gray Area, so it was I don't know a year in the making. I had reached out to Gray Area before the pandemic, and we were trying to set some date, and then the pandemic happens. And then when I saw them reopening, then I recontacted them, and then we set up this show. And last night was the show at the Gray Area. There were 8 of us, six on the audio and two visualists. There was Electric Kitchen, Kezol, Malarkey, Musical Fungus, and Alphaster on the visual, and myself. And sorry, on the audio, and on the visual, Dirty Bill and Kit Young. And the nice part for me is that I was in the middle of the room doing a quadrophonics. I've got a quad octo room setup with some, equipment from Meyer, and they've got a really awesome sound system. So that was a circle because the first time I listened to quadrophonic was Susan Chen is there at the Gray Area, and I say, oh, I want to upgrade from stereo. So I started to look, how do I upgrade from stereo? I want to do this shit. And then finally, I play my first quadrophonic piece at the Gray Area. So the circle is done. That was a really nice show and good attendance, even for pandemic time. And everybody very respectful and everybody vaxxed, and so that was cool.
That's
And
cool.
awesome performance from everybody.
Awesome. And in the gray area is where like
So so it's in the Mission in San
okay.
Francisco, and it's an old movie theater that they are using as a art space. They do a lot of concerts, but also they've got it's a membership, it's a non-profit organization, and they have got also artists in residence. So when you are in the movie theater, there is the balcony, and so this space has been converted into a studio for artists in residence. They do workshop on visual art, coding, coding music, coding visuals, modular synth workshop. So that was the right place for us to do this kind of event. The idea was we have got like we have got several events that are happening every month in the Bay Area. Resonant Frequency, Resonant Electronic Monthly, and Picked. So the game was to do a kind of a festival of all these events together.
Awesome.
Like we bring some of our people, Gray Area brings some of their people, plus we do advertisements. So, we expose a little bit the group to a wider public.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, I definitely want to check one out.
Yes,
That looks like a really cool. What else is coming up though? Isn't there like another event coming out, like a Left Coast, or is there?
So the next sorry, everybody say resident frequency, but it's resonant frequencies. The next resonant frequency is on the first Sunday of October in Auckland, 6 p.m. You can sign up, and also Resident Electronic Monthly is next Tuesday, and it's live. And I think I've got 2 slots left. So if you go bayimproviser.com, you can sign up. I have 2 slots left for performance, so your chance to go there. So bayimproviser.com, look for on the calendar for this Tuesday, and you should find the sign-up form, and then go ahead.
Cool, right on. Drop me a link for that, and I'll pop it in the chat for people who want to.
And look for the exact link.
There it is. Awesome. While you're looking at the link, I want to just give a shout out to everybody who's tuning in. This is good. Franck, they said they need you to turn up your mic still.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Get booming.
Get booming. I'm gonna be shouting.
There you go. That sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a loud show.
Okay. I can talk in the microphone.
There it is. Awesome.
All right, it's clipping.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
I think we'll let the chat let you know.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this is a live show, so apologies for the unpolishedness of it. But, we're getting better and better. I've already gotten another guest on here, so we've already stepped it up. I have a beer koozie for once, so things are going in the right direction. For sure. There's some new stuff that just came out that I kind of wanted to talk about real quick because, today's the first day of NobCon and Super Booth is next week. So you guys know what that means. That means new modules. Although I would say I feel like there's been new modules every month, every week. I feel like something new is coming out, which I'm not complaining about. But when I first started Eurorack, which was not that long ago, I felt like Super Booth at that time was like the time to see a new module. And ever since then, I feel like it's been exploding. I don't know if, Franck, you've noticed the same. There's just so many more instruments, modules coming out right now.
Yes, indeed. Well, so I don't know. And this instrument, I'm glad also. Well, it's a little bit old, but there's quadrophonic modules and a little bit more of there. I know there's not a huge market of it, but that's quite nice. So yeah. I know our friend from the Bay. Next expense is at NobCon to talk about the RNS instrument.
The new instrument one? New systems?
New system instrument. So
let me pull that up real quick because that's
most famous known for the harmonic shift oscillator.
And when did that come out? That didn't come out that long ago.
Yeah, it was this year, I think.
Yeah. So let me see if I can pull it up.
And then from there, I think there's 3 other modules.
Yeah, look at this thing. Okay, so you're talking about this quad mid-side, quadrophonic mid-side processing.
Yeah, so I got confused because I saw you had the mid-side processing, but no, it's a quad mid-side. So, in stereo you've got mid-side, but when you've got 4 input like in quadrophonic, you can do also the same stuff. So you can have the mid, which is the sum of everything, and you can have the side, so you can have left-right, and you can have front-back, and then you can have crossover. So that allows you to take your signal, split it in a different way, do your FX processing, and then recombine it. For instance, mid-side is often used in mastering to remove the correlation. When you've got negative correlation, then mid-side is very good. It's a quick way to remove correlation. So that allows you to do some interesting processing.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, Quadrophonics, I know you said it's a pretty small niche inside the niche, but I feel like it's growing a little bit more. More stuff is coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you can use this module in a normal stereo setup also. You don't need to have the quad.
Right. But if you do,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you put two stereo in, and then you get some fancy processing, and then you get two stereo back out, which are a little bit weird.
Yeah. Another thing that came out, let me pull this up real quick, is the new modular BAP Osiris. Let me pull this one up real quick here for the folks to see. So he has a performer. Wait, where's his new? Maybe he doesn't have it.
Please sign up.
I gotta sign up. There we go. There we go. The Osiris. So this is interesting. If you haven't heard about this one yet, so Corey Banks out of California as well. This is his second module, the Osiris, which is a wavetable oscillator. He's calling it a bi-fidelity, and I think by that there's a little knob, There's a knob in the corner here where you can make it a lower fidelity, because I think it's like a 96 a zillion hertz or whatever. So it can be really clean, or it can be kind of gritty, which is, something. But the interesting about, lots of interesting things about wavetables. I love wavetable modules. The cool thing about this one also is you can use it's based off of this Synthesis Technologies Wave Edit, and he has his own editor for this module that's based off of that. So you can make your own wavetables, user-based wavetables, and there's a little slot at the top of this module so you can update the module with your own wavetables. Super cool, super customizable. There's also a trigger and VCA built into it, so that can save you some space if you're doing a skiff setup and you just want to, you don't have a lot of room for envelopes or whatever. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty little versatile thing. I'm a huge fan of the wavetables from Synthesis Technologies. I was listening to the demos and it had that kind of vibe to it with the XY parameters to kind of find your way through the wavetables. So that was cool. I knew he was coming out with a new module. I didn't know it was going to be a wavetable module. This is pretty deep. So excited to see that, and actually excited to hear that when I can. For sure.
Yeah, I'm reading the description. The thing that seems really interesting is timbre mode, because you have got different you have different wave shapers.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, they're different wave shapers. So you got some FM stuff in there. It even has a sub oscillator in there, a sub wave, which is nice. That's a nice feature as well. Sorry, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I don't know what all this other stuff does. These little main controls, and bank shifts. Maybe there's little bank shift stuff. I don't know, but that looks fun. That definitely looks crazy fun, and I'm super excited for another mod BAP module to come out. So that's super cool. What else is coming out? Someone mentioned Rabbit Elephant has something coming out. That's right. I did see I did see like a little I think it was an Instagram post about that. But I don't know if that's actually out yet or what, but if they're just teasing it. I feel like we're getting teased with a lot of different things. But that would be pretty cool too. Someone says it's a drum synth. Current Fantasy says it's the drum synth. Okay, cool. Why not? This is cool. A lot of drum synths coming out. Speaking of drum synths, the Kraken came out as well. Let me pull that up real quick. That sounds really good. A WMD Devices WM devices. WMD. I'm like, how am I saying this? They have a new one out. So let me pull that up. And that is a snare module. What kind of snare do you have? What kind of snare module do you have in your rig?
I've got peaked.
Oh, you go old school.
Yeah, so I had a 2 HP kick, but I didn't like it, and I had trouble to tame it. There was kind of a scratch, in the middle of it, and somebody suggested me to get the pick. So I didn't have a snares, but the pick came with a snare, so that's what I'm using. So
Yeah.
you've got a kick and the snare I'm using in dual mode.
Yeah, I love. Yeah.
And the kick and snare sounds really good.
It does. It sounds really good. I borrowed one once, and I really thought it was actually really, really more than sufficient for sure. I was like, this is pretty slick. So let's see. So the WMD one is the Kraken. So let me pull that up real quick because that thing is Kraken.
Kraken? Get cracking on the Kraken?
Yeah, get cracking on the Kraken. Man, everyone was just hiding their new modules.
So good. No.
You're like, where's your new module, man? It's all good. Oh wait, percussion. I guess I can learn how
There we go.
I can learn how to search stuff.
There's a crater.
But look at all these
Kraken,
like.
here is it. Last one.
There
Sold out.
It's already sold out. You got
No,
6
units
six
left.
units. Buy right now. Tell them you came from this show. Maybe I'll get a discount. Look at this thing. So, have you heard this? Have you heard any of the samples or the?
No, I haven't heard the Kraken yet.
Oh, it's what's crazy about it. It sounds like it has that little rattle that snare drums have, which is nice. It has, so even though it's like, I think it's pretty digital, but it has that feel to it. It has a lot of feel to it that I've never heard in other snares modules. And I'm a big fan of the Proc snare for sure, which I think is a great sounding cool snare, and I like all the digital snares too. But this has a lot of realistic vibes to it, kind of like how the Crucible had that really neat, natural sounding cymbal sound. But like that, this one can also get very alien real quick.
Isn't that physical modeling, like they like to call it?
Yeah, physical modeling. Yeah, it's something I like to say. I have no understanding how it works.
Well, I don't know. You try to represent a drum and you try to represent the snares, and
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I just would never know how to start with those kind of things.
Oh, yes. Which component to start for?
Yeah.
But
So
I get the physical modeling is trying to get close from the real stuff.
Yeah.
So you can affect parameters.
Yeah. What else is going on? Someone mentioned the Erica drum machine. I think I saw that on Synth Autonomy's site. Let me see if I can pull that real quick. I did see something, but there's just so much going on right now. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you have a...
Yeah, I don't know on the new module side.
Look at this thing. Look, it just popped up. The new Plankton. And I think Winter Modular has something to do with this one. Jeez Louise. Look at that guy.
New analog percussion module for your rack. No. I think I would blame Troversy for doing more drum modules.
Yeah, a lot of modular. I keep saying I'm going to get out of modular drums, but then more and more stuff keeps coming up. This looks cool. I have to circle back with this super booth, with this Plankton next week, because that seems pretty dope. There's someone was mentioning the Erica synth, the new one coming out. Oh yeah, that looks pretty sick. So definitely some new stuff coming at us from sure. So many drums. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, I guess everybody's releasing their stuff for Nocom and Superboost. They are just back to back.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to like let people know. People are gonna be able to get hands on with some of this stuff for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And it's funny because I feel like every time I get to that point where I'm looking at Digitacs and other drum machines, this new stuff keeps popping up. And I think, oh, well, maybe I'll just go a little bit longer. Plus, I love my Metron, so that's pretty fun for sure to play with modular drums. But if you're into making drums fast, maybe these other little standalone drum modules is the way to go. That's funny.
Yeah, and I haven't been following too much the news. We are getting ready for the show. It's a lot of logistic before you are in the middle of the room and performing.
Oh yeah. I was talking to CK Sample. I was going to have him jump into the show today to talk about KnobCon, and then he told me he might be playing a set at KnobCon, and I was like, you need to go work on your set, man, because it's like nothing crazier than saying, hey, you're going to play in about an hour or two, even when you have like 2 weeks or so. Yeah.
On the new stuff also, I don't know if you heard of Blast Radio.
No, Blast Radio.
I know it's Travasi introduced me to it. Let me show you. So there's this new company that it's an app on iPhone, and what they do is that you can get this module which has got 2 inputs and then the headset for listening, and you connect it to the Wi-Fi and you can broadcast on Blast Radio. And there's a lot of modular synth people, because you were talking about CK.
Oh, yeah.
CK is on it. Travasi is on it. I think Johno is on it.
Yeah, and POP is on it too.
Must be.
Yeah, I think I saw him.
Navicore also. I forgot who else is on it.
So let me get this right. So you want to be on this Blast Radio? The cost you money to get that thing?
Yes, but if you get an invitation, so find somebody who's there, and if you have still some invitation left, they will, they can invite you to become a broadcaster.
Okay.
As they are building their audience and they are building their, I think they just started. So they're building their audience, so they're inviting people to, to do regular broadcast. And I found that there's a lot of modular synthesizer people, so that's interesting.
Okay, all right. And it's only up, but the streams are only up for 24 hours.
Yes.
And then
so
they're blasted
you can broadcast
away.
as much as you want, but it'll disappear after 24 hours.
Yeah.
And you can download your stream, the stream that you've done. You can download it, so you can put it, you can save it if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a new platform. It's radio. It's a little bit radio on the demand. You've got the live component because you can catch up a stream as it's live, but you still have 24 hours to listen to it. So you can select your top artists and have all their radio on it.
Speaking of new platforms, not new, but kind of a new thing I've seen, I saw that Clubhouse Eurorack is doing their shows on Discord now.
Yeah. Yes, they moved to Discord, I think,
Yeah.
mainly.
Yeah, I feel like so maybe that's a move that's happening. Those
Yeah, Clubhouse has, I don't know, lost a little bit of their prime because, they are not stuck at home anymore. There's a little bit more social interaction. And the attraction that Clubhouse had was, you had a couple of big names that you could find on Clubhouse at any time of the day or night.
Yeah.
Now there are a lot of rooms that are a little bit, I don't know, silly. I don't know. For me, they're maybe not silly for somebody. So it's a little bit harder to find the room that you like. Like, BT and Richard Devine were on Clubhouse like every other day. Now they're there only once a week. So that's a show which is interesting. I don't know what's his name. Dan Moss was there every day. No, you can't find him there because now they've got a place where they can do their all social interaction. So that was a nice place for people that couldn't meet people and to be on Clubhouse. No, you can go to a bar and meet people. You can, do collaboration and music collaboration with others. So it lost a little bit. And there's a Discord for Club Your Rack. We are all on Discord. And there's a capability of doing rooms there. So, if you've got a captive audience, if you've got an audience already on the system, why you bring them to another system?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, things change. I wonder if things will kind of change again with winter coming. People just might not go out as much, whatever's going on with the Delta variant, we'll see. But I'm glad everyone's tuning into this show. I appreciate it. I know getting out there and going to happy hour is the thing to do again. So totally thanks to everybody who's tuning into this show for sure. I'm totally looking forward to doing this weekly. We'll see how long it lasts. It's kind of an experiment. We'll see how it goes. We'll have special guests like Franck here and other folks. Speaking of special guests, I also have another special guest. I have my good friend Memorybell. Let me see if he's already ready for it. If not, then I can just play one of the songs. Yeah, he's actually going to be right back. But I want to play a track that he sent me because one thing I do want to start doing, a couple things I want to do, I should say, is I want to also do some artist spotlights. And that'll come in a couple different ways. You can submit your music at our Colorado Modular Synth Society.com website. There's a place to submit your music for the Bandcamp Friday or the Bandcamp listening party show. But I'll be doing those shows here on during this show, during the Modular Beat. So first Friday shows will be Bandcamp listening party shows as well. So that'd be fun. And Franck, will have to have you come back for those two, so you can do your signature line. And,
what's next?
Exactly. Didn't you have a track? Didn't you make a track with that? I forgot. Didn't you? Yeah. That's a good. Yeah. So people should go search out that "What's Next" track.
Is it on my Bandcamp? Where did I publish it?
Where did you? Well, it should be on your Bandcamp, and you should have made $1,000 off of that track. But it's amazing.
Should I do an NFT of it?
No, I don't. No, don't do that. Don't do that. There's already plenty of ways of destroying the rainforest. We don't need another. We don't need that song being part of the reason. So I want to bring in my friend Memorybell in a second, but before I do, I want to play a song from an album of his that's coming out or just dropped, maybe dropped today. We'll talk to him more about it. I'm super excited. Memorybell, ambient artist out of Colorado, who does amazing work, and he's also done some mastering for some of your boys' albums as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that real quick. But let's go check out one of his tracks. Franck, go ahead, mute, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up his song real quick. Let me pull it up. Yep. Clickety click. Hey, we're back. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Memorybell's down there underneath Franck. Say hello, Grant.
Hello.
That's perfect. That's awesome. Great.
You know what? I'm happy.
Did you hear that song? Does he sound like a happy, cheery guy?
I'm happy.
You are totally. I'm just Jan and Kayan.
That was nice.
That was really nice. I love it. Memorybell, this is album. What album are we talking about here? How many albums have you put out? Modular albums, mind you.
How many modular? This is the third.
The third.
Fourth total under this name, but
Yeah.
third modular album.
And this one just dropped today.
Correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It is available now. I'll have CDs in a couple of weeks. Like everything else, manufacturing delays, blah blah blah. But
Yeah, here you go.
yeah, digitally it's out now. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's cool. It looks awesome. It sounds
you.
great.
Thank you.
I'm super excited that this is out. Like I was mentioning to earlier, like you've done some mastering for me. I've listened to a lot of your music, not only digitally but also live. Which, if anybody's ever gets a chance to see Grant play live, they should definitely. It's an awesome experience. For sure. So I'm excited. So just quickly run us down. What's the idea behind this album?
Okay. Well, got to start like a lot of I'm sure a lot of people did a lot of work during the lockdown, the pandemic, or whatever. So we were all stuck inside. But wait, hold on. Just before I go, isn't there some setting I have to do for there not to be an echo? Or
That may be.
am I the only one that's hearing that?
Yeah, there might be Frank's little echo thing. You can go ahead, Tuck.
Okay.
We'll power through. This is a live show.
We'll just power through. Sounds good. So it's a 7-song album. Not the first, but there's 4 songs that I actually did back in 2018. I was working on several different documentaries simultaneously, and to do the score for the documentaries, and so I generated like a ton of content, and only like a small percentage of it actually got used. So when the pandemic first happened, I went back through and looked at a lot of the stuff that I'd worked on to see if any of it was usable, and I found 4 songs that I quite liked, and so and they were all modular, which I can say like what I used or whatever in a second. But I pulled those out, and they sat really well together, and so then I treated them with some other like modules like in my rack, but also the software. And to create some new stuff as well. So everything has the same sound palette. And it just came together really well, like I know you're a science fiction buff. I am too. So I was thinking a lot about some of my favorite sci-fi books and movies, and specifically The Star's My Destination. I don't know if you've read that book by Alfred Bester, or like the film Silent Running. I love Logan's Run, but that's like more corny. But I like this idea of like people floating alone in space and how they deal with it. Like their internal thoughts and feelings, and so that kind of like informed the record. And obviously, that's very similar to a certain mental state you can have during the pandemic.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, I'm going to bring back the synthesizer science fiction book club, and
that'd be great.
Do that with that book. I'm right there with you. I get inspired by movies and literature, science fiction, usually in nature.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, I the album art for this definitely. I mean, the last one was the last. Actually, all your album art's always great. But talk to me a little bit about what's going on here, because this is super sci-fi.
Yeah. So I'm lucky. I've got a lot of talented friends.
Oh, geez, thanks. I appreciate that. Oh wait, you're talking about other friends.
No,
Oh,
I used
sorry.
to live out in Oakland, and a lot of my friends that are still there, like they're all actually, without exception, they're all artists. So when I have an idea in my brain that I can't do myself, I reach out to them. And so this particular artist is Danny Neece, Neece. You should check him out. Everything he does is watercolor.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like insanely talented. So I sent him like I didn't even send him mock-ups. I sent him like the movie poster for Silent Running and a couple like a couple book covers, and sort of explained to him what I was envisioning in my brain.
Yeah.
And so he did some sketches. We like emailed back and forth, and we landed on an idea. And I was like, "Cool, run with it. Just do it."
Cool.
So we did, and the CD art is it's much more cinematic. Like you see like the whole.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Exactly. So it was like, if you've seen Silent Running, it's like a huge nod to that, where this guy is, traveling through space with the last of the plant life from Earth, and he's like tending to it with a bunch of robots. But instead of robots, I just have like a gardener in a spacesuit.
Yeah, no, I dig it, and he's like making some space cabbage.
Yeah.
Which I think is like probably.
How do you underscore like the idea of like contemplation and loneliness? Like nothing like sums that up as much as flying through space by yourself, taking care of something that's not just you.
Yeah. No, I hate it. I've read a lot of books about being kind of stuck in space, and yeah, there's something kind of, I felt like during the pandemic, felt very like a little too close to home reading those books. I'm like, not right now. This is too.
No, totally. And like I heard back from different people, like at like like review outlets or magazines or whatever, and they're all burnt out on people submitting things that were created during the lockdown.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that sucks for me, but I totally get where you're coming from with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally 90% of what you're getting submitted is probably stuff that was created during the lockdown and deals with all that stuff.
That is actually a really interesting thing to bring up, because I think everyone's sitting on probably lots of material from the pandemic, and so good to know when we go to pitch it to bloggers, not to mention it. This is an album not about the lockdown, even if it is.
Right? Yeah. Well, no, I've thought about that. Like just omitting the words pandemic or lockdown from like any promo materials, just so that it has a better chance of like landing in someone's lap. But
there it is. There's the Modular Beat tip of the day.
Yeah.
From our homie Memorybell. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I noticed with a show we did yesterday, and also here, we didn't coordinate, but there was a lot of ecologic tracks.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic, or it's a release of the new climate change report, and everybody's on the ecological mood.
Absolutely.
All the tracks are, around this theme.
Yeah.
Where are we going? What are we going to do?
Yeah. Well, I'm just more worried about what Franck's going to do, if he's going to be NFTing every album, every song of his. Pretty soon I'll be out there in space, just minding my space cabbage, trying to stay alive.
Let's see if Memorybell is going to be the music of a next Tom Cruise movie.
Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, I was telling somebody, they were saying, "How'd you get into modular?" And I said, I was like I wanted to get into music, and I wanted to make music for the new Blade Runner, because at the time Blade Runner was going to come out. And I was like, I just wanted to make that soundtrack. But they never called. and I don't know why. It's too bad because I felt like I was getting
Probably
close.
the next one.
Maybe the next one, Blade Runner 2049 and a half.
Talking about music from movie, did you see Robert O'Brien Love? I'm trying to say his name correctly. Did the music for what is it? The Candyman?
Oh yes. I did see something about that. What was? Yes, I did see something about that. I don't have a link for that, but yeah, I did. Yes, I did see that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of Candyman, I think I have the real Candyman, also on the line here. Let's see, Johno Wells. Anybody know this guy? He's coming in.
What's up?
There he is. Oh, there he is. Oh boy,
Candyman.
there he is.
Although I do think that like Bob Lowe, my good friend Bob Lowe, I'm kidding. I got to get like the 4-name thing going. Like I always like Robert Ike Aubrey Lowe. Like I got to get that going.
That's a dope name.
Well, it's a lot.
Well, you should see at Starbucks when he tells people that, and they're trying to write that on the
They're
side
like
of a latte.
Bob Lowe. I don't know.
He's just like Bob Lowe. I get that.
Or you can use the initial and say roar.
Well, hi, Johno. Thanks for joining.
Hey, David. Hey, Franck.
Hey, John.
What's up, Memorybell?
Hey, man.
Nice to see you again, dude.
Yeah, totally.
When did I see you last? We were talking on something.
6 months ago? I don't know.
Man.
Yeah.
We need to have a little chitty chat.
Mm-hmm.
Franck and I talk all the time.
How come you two are not at NUPCON?
I canceled. I was going, and I ended up canceling.
Yeah, I was motivated too, and then flight. No.
I couldn't get my money back on the flight either. So now I have credit. So I was thinking,
Denver.
Maybe I'll come and see David when the time is right. When the time is right, my brother.
When the time is right. When the time is right.
Is not right now.
Yeah, I'll be here waiting for you. I'll pick you up from the airport.
I was really excited to go too.
I
was looking forward to it, and this is the real kick in the balls. I had negotiated with the guy running it, suit and tie guy, and we were going to have like a modular world showcase there.
Oh, what could have been? What could have been?
It was going to be sweet.
Yeah.
And I had this nice block on Saturday, and I had to call him, and I was like, dude, I'm not coming to this.
Yeah, you just had COVID. I mean, Jesus.
I'm not coming to this. And he's like, I'm not upset. I understand.
Oh.
I'm like, glad you're not upset.
No, that's cool. I mean, it's a little dad-esque thing to say, you know. But it's still.
I was like, well,
that's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. That's all good. I mean, he's going to get a great turnout. It seems like a lot of folks are there. And if you're at NobCon, let us know how it's going. It'd be cool to
we're going to see all the photos, and it's just going to be like a heartbreaker, man.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I really wish I could be there.
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, Super Booth would be the same way, where I wish I could. I keep thinking one of these years I'm going to go to Super Booth, but it's not in the cards. That said, there's a lot of different stuff going on locally. Franck was just did a show the other day. We did a show in Boulder last month, Sync, which was amazing. I'm trying to do another show. I'm sure there's lots of stuff going on. I mean, is the Mojo and the Spot stuff happening out there in California?
I'd promised people I was going to come back in August, and I've closed that down too.
Yeah, but is there ones going on in LA or any?
LA's doing it. Boston's doing it. Philly's doing it.
Yeah, yeah. And DC and our homie POB, he's doing it, right? I mean, he's doing he's not.
His is called Modular on the Mall.
Modular on the Mall.
This is some groundbreaking stuff going on.
Groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah.
And
hey, good segue.
One Modular on the Spot in Napa also that friend Clark Harding is organizing.
a modular on the spot in Napa, or well, I got my wine glass. I'll come out. But let's go back a second. Hold on. You were talking about a good segue.
Good segue on POB running modular on the mall.
Because you were there. You've seen
I
it.
was there. I was there
So
for
give
the
us
inaugural.
give us the dirt.
Okay, that's not my segue though. But
POB
I'll
really?
give you the dirt. Sure.
Is it true? Is it true what they say?
Oh, dude, it is true, man.
It is true. All right.
It's some dirty truth.
You heard it here first, folks.
No,
The
I have no
Modular Beat
idea.
Insider Scoop.
I have no
The
idea.
dirt on POB's true.
All right, here's
Man,
the deal.
Johno just said it. All right, John.
So this is right on the DC Mall, right? So you got the reflecting pool, you got Lincoln and Washington, and he's like right off of that. It's sort of in the middle of the mall, and it's the DC War Memorial, little rotunda, little thing with a cap on top. It is so sweet. And we were talking weeks before he was going to launch it, and like this location, he's going around town trying to find out, because here I can just kind of pick a location and I'm ducking permits. I'm not doing any, like any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in DC because it's all the security and all the stuff. So you show up in one of these places and they got like park police on little, what are those leany jobbies?
The segways.
Thank you. Rolling up on you all.
Paul Bart's on
Lean jobbies.
lean
jobbies. Yeah.
Lean jobbies. Yeah.
So anyway, Patrick finds like he wants this location and he sees it through. He gets it. He's doing it legit. This show is sweet.
Yeah.
It is such a sweet location. And there's the resonance of that cap ceiling machine thing.
Okay.
It is sweet.
So
it's called Modular on the Mall.
Modular on the Mall.
He was like, POB breaks our heart, right? And he moves out from SoCal to DC. He's going to reunite with his wife. It's great. We're happy for you. And he gets there and lands instantly and starts this. Hooks up with DC Modular Collective, gets it going.
Cool. Good.
So watch out for mom.
What's that?
Watch out for mom. Modular on the mall, mom.
Oh, Modular on the mall. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
He's quick. Frank's quick. He's quick.
Yeah, that was quick.
He's quick. He's fast. Mom. And so we're gonna try to get Patrick on the show here soon. He's got a lot going on, but we'll get him on the show. I know he's busy. He's doing his thing, and I think it's awesome. When you drop into a new city and to work with the nerds there to put together something like that, that's rad. Because it really does. You need someone to kind of like get that stuff off the ground sometimes. Although I remember when I first got into doing the CMSS, I did talk to the DC folks briefly, and they were just trying to get organized, and then the stupid pandemic hit, and that it didn't help. But
those guys are great, man. I met them all, when I was out there. Patrick's coordinating with them, DC Modular Collective. Great guys. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
I have a really good POB segue. I'm just dying to drop it.
Oh, just let him do it, David.
Come
on.
It's killing me.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit more about segues, but go ahead. I guess I could just save that for another show.
Well, so it's nice he's here. We can do this. So Patrick was on the Patch CV film a couple years ago, and they played a little snippet of this performance. And I saw the film, great track. I wished I could hear like all of it. And he's on Blast Radio, like you guys were talking about a little while ago. And 2 weeks or so ago, maybe a week ago, he plays this track. And it's like this 30-minute track. And I'm like, I've definitely heard this. And it's like one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard him do.
Oh.
So I messaged him and I'm like, what the fuck was that track? He goes, that was the full track off of that Patch CV film.
Oh.
Next day, Bandcamp Friday, he releases it. So if you guys want, like, here, I'm gonna send you the link.
Drop me the link and I'll pull it up so we can look at it.
This is
okay. Well,
just absolutely worth worth
Okay.
listening to.
Let me pull
Gorgeous,
it up.
gorgeous
Let me
situation.
plug
Here.
1 second. Time out. Here we go.
I just sent it in the StreamYard chat.
Got it. Moonstone.
It's 30 minutes. You can't play it all now, but man, this is some stuff right here.
Oh, boop. There we go. This guy. All right. Let's listen to like a few minutes of it.
Just play like 17 minutes of it, man.
I can't play 17 minutes of it. God damn it, Patrick. And your Moonstone length.
And it's the extended version.
Oh my gosh.
No, this is good. This is top notch.
All right, Patrick. I'm gonna play like about 3 minutes of it. Abruptly end it because I have no way of slowing or mixing out of it. Don't be mad at me. And if you could just tell your label not to ping me on copyright, that'd be nice. All right, here we go. All right, mute your mics, you mutts. All right, hold on. Let's see. All right.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so this is like a modular beat tradition. We always cut the song just before the artist starts singing. So soon
He was
after
just
that,
about to go into the second verse right there.
he just goes right into his singing. So if you want to hear the whole
He had a
track,
solo like right there.
you want to hear his
cut it right off.
Exactly. I know. I do it. It's the way I tease tracks. You know, I just make sure I don't want to give away the cow or the milk. I don't know how that phrase goes.
The milk.
You don't want to give it, something. Don't want to take sand to the beach. I don't. There's something. There's a phrase there you guys can insert.
Tree falls in the fort. No, that's sand at the beach.
Segways in the mall.
If a cow falls on the beach.
If a cow falls on the beach, is it
Do you
really?
hear the milk?
Ooh. You know what? If someone wants to make that into a T-shirt, let me know. I will fund that for sure. All right, Patrick O'Brien's Moonstone Extended, the full track from the Patch CV movie, which I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing. I always watch like clips of it. We need to do like a little movie watching party here in Denver.
Well, you have to buy it, David.
Well, I'll buy it, but you gotta watch it too. So
you can't stream that. You're gonna get dinged, bruh.
Dude, I get dinged all the time on this channel.
You're getting dinged, bruh.
I get dinged, bruh. This is terrible. People are like, no, I'm subscribing. Like, what? This is terrible.
I'm so unsubscribing right now.
So unsubscribing.
CMFS sucks.
Yeah, before people abandon ship, let's talk really quick about Johno, your next show, which is a little bit different than your other Modular World shows. Yeah. So give us the elevator pitch. What is it? What's going on?
Elevator pitch. All right. I'm good at those. Believe it or not. So Patch On is a new show I'm rolling out on Modular World in addition to the regular monthly show. And it's a patch challenge. So like we give a challenge and you have 5 to 7 minutes to do that challenge. It's not a patch from scratch. Like you can only use 5 minutes, but like your final, performance is 5 to 7 minutes. And the first patch challenge was the theme techno, which I chose kind of on purpose because I think that it's kind of one of those dirty words that like, it's like, yeah, I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I'll just say that either you do it or you don't, right? And it's one of the most like broadest, like undefinable genres. And that's why I like it. So I got 35 people who sent in forms to be on the show. Mm-hmm. And it's a week from this Sunday, so the 19th. And I'm not talking during the show. I do a little intro, but I'm just playing the clips like back to back. Okay. So they average about 6 minutes, and we've got just like such a broad bunch of performers on it. It's just amazing. And some are like seasoned techno artists, but honestly, most aren't. So it's fascinating seeing what people did with the genre and just having fun with it.
What who were you surprised by? Any folks that came on and you were like, oh wow, that's cool. I hadn't heard that person yet. I didn't know they were gonna do techno.
Let me look at it. I mean, honestly, man, there's too many to name. So I'll just say that.
They don't have to be your favorites, and we're not saying that. So
I'll say that what Jay Mollerskopf did, because he's like the Buchla experimental guy. Mm-hmm. His set is unbelievable.
Franck, you ever done any techno?
Dubstation Zero came out with some pretty amazing. I mean, they're all just really interesting. Itai slayed it.
They got Itai Slade in there.
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
Patrick's
tight.
on the show with just classic boom. Megan Labor really brought a little bit of boom.
Megan's dope.
And Julia honestly, they are all really good. I'm looking at the list here, and everybody really brought it. It was neat to see that everyone had a lot of fun with it and really brought it. So that's going to be a fun format.
There's one name you didn't drop in there I thought was interesting, but there's.
Oh, yours was fine too, David. It was a good video which you sent. You did good. Well, do you want me to give it away?
No, I don't.
All right, let me give a little bit away.
Okay, give it all away. I don't care.
I will say this, that a lot of the videos,
Sorry.
a lot of them have visuals that are insanely fun also, and yours is in that category.
How
See, I
many-
didn't give it away.
No, you didn't, but you did. So that's it, kids. Tune in to the 19th.
Sign Mountain brings some visuals that are completely memorable. I'm not giving it away. See,
They're not. You're not giving it away. It's all good. I had a lot of fun doing that track. It's been a while since I patched in the old drums, which we were just talking about before you got in here. We were just talking about all the new drum modules and drum machines.
I was listening on my phone. I was driving home, like, I'm all rushing to get up
Is it
here.
nuts? I mean, are you feeling the same thing? Like, are we in the golden age of modular drums?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah. Yes. There it
So
is.
the person that makes music without drums.
Yeah. See.
I can't buy a $300 snare module.
You know what? I gotta put the record straight. I told Alex that, when you guys get around to making a snare module,
Uh-huh.
make sure you emulate like the sound of the rattling snare underneath. Because like as a former bass player, it always made me laugh, like to hear the snare, like the rattle underneath, like every time I was playing,
Yeah.
It's like, come on, if you're gonna like actually emulate it, like you got to include that, So
Yeah.
I was like, maybe he just sort of absorbed that information and forgot about the conversation, but I'm fucking taking credit for that.
I think you should get some residuals, man. You should get some kind of residual.
At least a free module.
Yeah.
Come on.
At
No, I
least
mean,
a free
they're all
module.
overpriced, right? Like, I mean, everything is insanely expensive, right? And I remember talking to Alex about, like little microprocessors or whatever. I can't remember if it was actually a microprocessor, but it was some like thing that they use in their modules that like car manufacturers also use, and that I don't remember the specifics exactly, but I do remember the numbers. And he was like, something that normally cost $9, like they kept getting quoted 90,
Yeah.
like 10 times the price.
Probably because they're only buying like so few of them.
Well, and like just like the supply chain has been completely
Oh yeah,
messed
that
up,
too.
by COVID.
Yeah.
Like I like to buy these like sparkling waters with CBD, and they almost double.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You're sitting there just stoned, like right now?
What? No, CBD, man. It doesn't make you stoned.
Doesn't make you stone. Get
Sure,
up
it does.
No, it's
get
stoned.
with the times.
Anyways, it's
I just wanted to derail you, man.
it twice
Glad
the,
it worked.
almost like twice the price, without warning, and it's like this weird like
Yeah.
chain thing.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I heard Segways are more expensive now too.
But tell me, like, why can manufacturers like After Later, who are obviously buying less volume of chips, why can they make awesome, creative, innovative, and super affordable modules?
I don't know.
I don't know the answer.
I mean, there's different overheads. There's different
overheads is sort of my point, though. Like they're obviously
Right.
buying a lot less parts than somebody like WMD is.
I
Or
don't
they're
know.
plugged into a different supply chain, or they're using different materials.
Yeah.
David, I think this would be
I
a
don't
great
know. I mean, I'm
topic
just-
for a show is talk about
Yeah.
what's it going to take to change the pricing structure of your rack modules, because this is getting silly.
I mean, it's always been silly.
Besides
Compared.
asking Uli to do it?
What's that?
Besides asking Uli to do it?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, come on.
Shit.
No.
He just has to do that. See why, Franck?
What's next?
What's next?
Hey, IO Flow's in the chat.
But coming back to David's video, I want to know if there are ninja in it.
No.
No, but thanks for the idea.
I would gotta say though, stay away from the CBD if you're gonna
yeah,
be watching
I did take
David's
some.
video.
Yeah. Don't be on that
'Cause,
CBD water, man.
You'd be doing that
Freaking
CBD
man,
bubbly
that's all
water
it
like
is.
Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's where his inspiration came from for that album, huh?
Bunch
That's
of
awesome.
CBD bubbly
Hey,
water.
Real quick, Grant, before, because I totally forgot to get it. What was quick rundown on what your rig was like for that album? Are you using 2 elements in a Rainmaker still? Or are you still on that tip?
Oh, well, I am now. No, that album
Two
was
turntables and a
really.
microphone.
It was actually very simple because I was working with a lot of like really crazy deadlines. So that entire album, and there's like 80 plus tracks from that session that I pulled those four from. And parts of those ended up getting used in the film, but it was Platts into Rainmaker, and then that signal was either sent to the dual looping delay or the Photech Alter.
Dope.
And then I took those, and if you guys don't know about it, or if anybody doesn't know about it and they're interested, there's a great little software module from Audio Bulb, which is a like micro sound, I guess, for lack of a better word, label, and they created this little module, and it's standalone. It's not a plugin. It's just its own thing. It's like $30, and I just sent everything through that, and it's like clouds and R-bar, but not super expensive.
What's it called? People are gonna want. People are gonna. What's it
So
called?
if you Google Audio Bulb Ambient, it'll come up, and then I think the most current version is 1.4.
Have you heard of this? Anybody else?
And it's a little tricky to set up and get used to like the workflow and then like how you tune it. But you can like tune the feedback to chords. So I was able to like tune the feedback to chords that I knew would work really well with the songs, so that everything was like in tune and in key. And then I had all these different layers that I could just chop up and move around without worrying about whether or not it was going to sound good.
Oh.
And it's worth a look. I mean, it was like the best $30 I've ever spent, for
All
sure.
right.
Like
That's
straight
cool.
up. I mean, and also you can see it. I'm pointing at the screen like anybody can see what I'm pointing at.
Exactly.
But there's like a
That's CBD, man. It's
Yeah.
This is that water,
I
man.
haven't even had any, man. Chill out. Is the randomize button is great because then you can randomize every
Yeah.
parameter, and then once something sounds like close to what you want, then you can go in and like tune it.
Oh, I love it. I love a good ramadizer.
Stop it.
Rambo what?
Ramadizer.
Somebody randomized David.
Yeah, I got ramadized.
Yeah, randomizes.
Tune into the techno show and see me get ramadized.
CBD.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not. It's obviously it's not hardware, and but it has that modular ethos, kind of, right? Like the way that you can change everything and get it dialed in, and then you don't have to worry about gain staging or line noise or any of that stuff, too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was good.
Oh, that's what, thanks for showing it. I'm gonna check that out. I mean, I've definitely gotten over any modular purism that I used to have when I first started. I'm okay with like messing around with stuff. I say that though, and it's more laziness than it is than me not getting into like any kind of software stuff. I'm just like, oh man, I'm having a hard time figuring out anything software related with music.
Yeah, but like if you've got like samples or songs or whatever, like I can't tell you how many times I've taken things that I've recorded in the modular that I was kind of lukewarm about.
Yeah.
And then I'll send it through this, click random a few times.
Yeah.
And at the very least, I'll come away with 30 seconds of something like really interesting that I can then use in a different application.
All right.
What DAW are you loading that into, Grant?
What's that?
What DAW are you loading that into?
I do everything in Audition. But it does not. This particular module is not a plugin. It's like its own thing. It just exists.
A standalone piece?
It's totally standalone. Yeah, it just pulls audio files from your hard drive and then saves them wherever you want them to, and then you can use those.
And how do you record out of it? It just records to a WAV file?
Yeah, it pulls in a WAV file, and then it either records as a WAV file or AIFF.
I'd like to load it into
Bitbox.
Though.
Yeah,
I'd rather have it
integrate it in a live way, like with a DAW session or anything like that.
But
it's
John, don't you think about this? You can like just mess around with all your stuff, drop it in there, mess around with it again, drop it back into your bitbox,
Yep.
and then start messing around with it live. Ooh, it'd be pretty fun, buddy. I'm telling you.
I mean, it gets pretty crazy, you know.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I just want to
Yeah,
like
those 5 seconds sounded really good. I'm gonna send those same 5 seconds back through again.
totally, yeah. Or it'd be cool to get someone send in there, like someone send me some stems, and then drop it in there and do some cool remix stuff. And
all that being said, after several albums of using this, like I do like the idea of just like outputting a stereo pair from my modular and then like just mastering that and walking away.
yeah,
Amen.
Yeah, like the amount of time it takes.
Amen.
The amount of time it takes is will make your eyes bleed.
yeah.
Like,
It's a roadblock for I think.
I don't want my
finishing
eyes to bleed at all.
Well, take that CBD water.
I really regret saying that.
That'll keep my eyes from bleeding.
That'll
David?
keep your eyes in your sockets. That's what it
Sweet.
says. Keep your eyes in your sockets.
Become a meme. Oh my god.
Yeah, totally. It is. Yeah, those guys are probably like, oh, we're going to sponsor these guys. Nope, never mind.
Just that Memorybell guy though. He was awesome.
He was awesome.
We were to sponsor them, and then they started talking about bloody eyes.
Yeah, well,
Those other guys were terrible. Memorybell seemed like a nice guy.
He does. Yeah, but then they brought in those weirdos.
That bald guy. What a
And
dick.
Bleeding eyes in the glass house.
No, man, you got
Exactly.
the look. You got nothing
It's
to look
awesome.
The French guy seemed nice. I just couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the link to that software, David?
I just dropped it. I dropped it in the chat. Didn't I? Or maybe I didn't. I dropped it in the
Yeah,
comments.
you did. It's in the YouTube chat, not the
Yeah,
streamer
I
chat.
dropped it. I dropped it in the YouTube chat for the
Where
people.
am I? I'm like scrolling it. I don't.
Oh,
Oh,
my
there
gosh.
it is.
I'll
Sorry.
send
I'm
it to
dumb.
you, old man.
There it is. I got it.
Totally worth
Just
checking out.
TBD.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool,
All right.
cool, cool. All right.
Bounce. I'm hearing loud child noises.
All right. Well, then
I can't ignore it
go
anymore.
sample it and put it in that your cool little plug-in.
All right, everybody.
Thanks.
All right, Grant.
David,
Peace out, man.
Franck.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys
See
later.
you, Grant.
All right.
Ciao. Thanks. That was Memorybell coming in from Colorado, Denver, Colorado, where I'm not too far away from. I'm broadcasting from Centennial. This is the Modular Beat, the new Modular Synth Talk Show, the #1 talk show on Fridays afternoons. Check your Nielsen's ratings. You know I got it.
You heard it right there.
You heard it right there.
Yeah.
You just got to claim it. The #1 talk show
The
on
number
Friday
one, the
afternoon.
number one Modular Synth Talk Show.
Easy.
Easy on Friday afternoons.
Just claim it. Yeah.
Nobody has it, so they should just step
Now
away.
you
from
have
me.
it.
Now I have it. I own it. I run it.
It happened.
Happened.
And it happened on the second one.
Already on the second one.
The whole
What-
thing goes so fast.
This is it. This is it. But before I bounce, I just want to say thanks to Franck and Johno. Anything else I'm forgetting that happened this week I should just touch on? I know there's some new firmware updates going on with like
Testing
this thing.
1.9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's got a poly.
poly exciter.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. It sounds like rings town, like a rings. I mean, actually,
Is that out though?
I think that. Yeah, I think he just dropped it. He dropped
It was
as
gonna
well.
be soon.
I think
He was teasing it on the site.
I'm pretty sure I saw that on Synth Autonomy. Might have mentioned it too. Shout
Well,
out
he
to those
posted
guys.
on social, but I don't know if it's actually out yet.
Yeah, so we'll have to. So go check your disting and see if it's changing. I know there was a new deep dive for the Vector by 512, the Vector sequencer. So he's adding some more cool stuff for MIDI and poly stuff as well. There's just a ton of stuff, and I think next show we'll just have to do another roundup. So if you guys want to join me and talk about new gear and stuff, or whatever people are working on, that'd be great. There's there's so much to keep up with, and I'm sure as we get closer to synth booth, we will have even more stuff coming out, as people were teasing.
It is out. It came out on the 9th, which
There it
is
is.
yesterday.
All right, well, let's hear those tracks. And also tune into the Modular World on the 19th. There's also a Freak Boutique that's going to be this Tuesday. I think that's also going to be streamed out of WMD's YouTube. That'll be awesome. I'm not sure who's playing that, but I think there's a bunch of new folks, and that should be an in-person show in Denver, but it will be streamed. And then I'm working on a DIY show for the end of the month. So if you're into DIY, want to build some modules, I'm going to try to do a fun little hangout and have people tune in and we can all build modules. I'll get someone to talk about that. And I am this close to already announcing the November Skies show, which I can't wait to tell you guys. I know I'm like 2 months ahead of schedule, but it's such a cool lineup. I just want to get people psyched for it. And then I'm actually trying to figure out what to do for the October show. So keep your eyes on this space. I'm also
David, I just put a link in the chat for the Distinct EX firmware.
Nice, yeah.
People were asking about it. Ice Locus is here. What's up, man?
What's up, Ice? Yeah.
What's up, Ice Locus?
I liked your set on Modular World Ice. So good. Okay, so real quick, guys, plug what you guys are doing before we bounce. We got any new albums, new shows, new things besides the ones I mentioned?
I've got an album in the making on my subscriber section in Bandcamp.
Who's next on your show?
I don't know. I'm taking a little break. I'm going on holiday in October, so I will have to restart that when I come back.
Where are you going?
In France. Go see family a bit.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, cool.
So
Have you had Monoscene on there yet?
No, I have plenty of people I'm missing. It's just, it kind of died down, and then now I had a lot of stuff coming up in real life with various shows, so I let it go, and I was planning holidays, so
It's all good.
I'm going to reline up people. And also I'm trying to get this album out. I don't know. I re-listen to it and then change something, and then I re-upload to Bandcamp and carry on. And I'm trying to get one of the track. I need to push one track on the Apple Spatial Audio. So I don't know if I'll take a track from the album or if I take a previous track that I have.
That reminds me real quick, thinking about pushing out tracks real quick.
I need to test a spatial audio from Apple, see how it goes.
People, if you don't know, Franck has a couple playlists out there that you can get on as well. These are cool modular synth.
It's too late to tell Memorybell is not on it.
Was that
Memorybell is not on it?
Yeah.
It's too late to tell him.
Yeah, I know. Why? We'll send him. He'll watch the show again. Oh, I keep.
You
like this old man. How do I make these things work?
It's a CBD drink. Damn it!
Let me give you the link again.
Yeah, no, I got
We've gotten
it.
that CBD drink from Alpha
I just really want people to check out.
You got me
this
confused
expert.
with the THC. And
If you're watching this show afterwards, I'm constantly putting in the wrong link in the chat. That's the joke. All right, so there's the Spotify link. It's for people to check out your playlist if they want to be on the playlist. And if you're listening to this right now and you're doing modular synth music, and you want
send me an email.
Send him
and $10, right?
Less than 10 minutes. Because I want the playlist to rotate, so less than 10 minutes.
One track.
And some modular synthesizer somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere in the song, yeah. And then
$10 to Franck's P.O. box, and then he puts it on the playlist.
Exactly. Yeah, and you have it also. Wait, sorry. You have it on Apple and Spotify. So depending on
it's not $10. You're obliged to listen to my music.
Yeah. There's the other one. So
it's a torture. You have to listen to my music to be on the playlist.
That's right. You have to listen. Yeah. that's the price you pay for sure. So definitely get your music on there. Definitely share that playlist with your friends who are getting into modular synth music. Is a great way of checking out. Lots of
I've got 5,000 followers on that playlist. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I looked at my where I get my plays, and they're all from your playlist. Nobody.
So you've got the top talk show, top modular synthesizer talk show. I've got the top modular synthesizer playlist.
That's why I bring you in here. You got to bring in here the big dogs.
And with modular, we are on top of the world.
This is
That's right.
this is
Yeah, on the top of the modular world.
on
Good
top
for
of
you guys, man.
and speaking of modular world, let's go to you, John. Real quick, what do you got going on? What's happening?
Just the Patch On Techno show on the 19th, Sunday, a week
And
from
then-
tomorrow,
and
or
then you
week from this Sunday.
Okay, and then you also have your Discord. People should know about.
Yeah, the Discord's going off still. Thanks, David. You're just helping me. I can't think anymore.
And because it's a techno show, so don't use THX, but acid.
THC,
THT.
THX. This
Yeah,
guy's just
you
like
have to do acid. I don't know. So Alpha Psi say don't use CBD, use THC.
The Modular Beat show where you get all your dad jokes.
THX
And
1138
you
drinks.
use acid.
All right.
Acid.
All right, I'm already past the time I said I'd be ending this show up. So let's people go and see their families.
This is gonna quickly just like.
Well, I did bring on the power team. All right, jump on your segways. Thank
Like
you.
you when you play Bandcamp, just cut.
Yeah.
CBD 1138. It's better than the THX 1138. This is
There
like
it
the,
is. Yeah. There it
see,
is.
Malarkey knows.
Yeah.
I love this guy. I love it.
THX.
Absolutely. Love you, man. You're awesome. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining so much. I appreciate it. Don't forget to tune in next week. Set your reminders or subscribe or do whatever you can. Put a little piece of ribbon around your finger to not forget about the number one.
Like around the old oak tree, right?
No. Yes. Tell your friends. Notify your 4-H club. Let people know about.
And AARP if you get the mail from AARP.
Don't forget, we always have a big show at the end of the month. That's always important to remember.
Man,
Another
look at
reason.
you, David, dropping
And
the graphics.
also, if you really want to support us, you can also buy some stickers from us. You can get these over. Let me get this. How do I get this little? Sorry, I mean, figure out.
And the best place to put sticker is always in the restroom.
Please don't put it. Exactly. Yeah, go buy
Put it right in the urinal so that when people go in, they're just nailing
Right,
it.
I'll send you some pictures.
Don't take that advice, anybody. It's awesome. Yeah.
You run in there, you dry it off quickly. And then
Also, you
stick it on the back of
can
the
also support us by heading over to the Colorado Modular Synth Society's Bandcamp and check out that new compilation we put out.
Oh yeah, just a week and a half ago.
Yeah, Sync. It's awesome. It's so cool. I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites right now. But do that. And so thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks guys for coming on. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Until then, be safe, wash your hands, and be nice to each other.
And don't
Peace.
travel.
Says everybody in Chicago. What now? All right.
Thanks, asshole.
Peace out, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Bye, friends.
Cheers.
Love you.